Today's video, we're going to be breaking down the 4-3 even and how you can play some nasty coverage as well as some pretty darn good heat against a gun bunch player. Now, we're also going to be going into an actual game right after this, so be sure if you want the full breakdown of this, you're watching the entire video. Getting into the Blitz, I like to use Tampa 2 when I'm sending the Blitz or Sam Blitz 3. Coaching adjustments, have auto alignment set to base, and then your flats set to anywhere from 20 to 30. The flat defender is going to be your corners in a Tampa 2 or your safety in a cover 3. The only issue with the Sam Blitz 3 is it's going to be a linebacker playing your seam flat, and that's generally not going to end up too well trying to guard the sidelines. Flat defender set to 30 or 25. Curl flats, I like to run these at 5. 15 at the absolute most. For your zone drops, for your hooks, you're the hook. You're the middle of the field. There's really no reason to have your hooks out unless you're playing a Tampa 2 and dropping your vert hooks. If you're leaving vert hooks on the field, it depends on the down and distance. Option defense, conservative, ball and air, play ball, auto alignment set to base. Auto alignment's critical because it gives the same exact look, whether it's a cover 0, cover 4, cover 2, cover 3, or a 2-man under. The blitz setup is super simple. Crash D-line inside, and because this is an even front, we can send either linebacker off the edge. This guy right here, Gill, has 85 speed. This guy right here, Devin White, has 92 speed. Levante David, key piece of this defense, has lurker. You must have lurker to run this defense. If you do not have lurker, don't run this defense. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and choose who do we want to send on the blitz. Do we want to send both? Do we want to send one of them? Let's go ahead and start off by sending X on a blitz. So all we're going to do is we're going to stand right over the center. You can blitz your user, or you can just stand in front of him. And I like to go ahead and engage, disengage, and look at that instant pressure off of the edge. You may be thinking, what about the flats? That's where we're going to go ahead and talk about adjustments. But before that, let's talk about a blocked running back. Blitz all linebackers, slant D-line inside, and again, stand right over the center. So this is a blocked running back. That wasn't a blocked running back, but you can see right there, we're getting double-edged pressure. Blitz both linebackers, and I like to leave myself in the mid-read, or you can blitz your user as well. It really doesn't matter what you do. Stand, engage, disengage, and we're getting instant pressure off the edge. And is that a safety? Not quite. If they go max protect, let's be clear about this. It gets picked up. A max protect gun bunch is going to pick up this blitz, but this is where we can start to get really adjusted. And so now say you've been sending the blitz at them all day long. This is where our zone drops start to come into play. This is where zone drops are probably the most important piece of this defense. So again, as a reminder, we have our curl flat set to 5, our flat set to 25, 20, or 30. Depends if they're running bunch on the short side or with bunch trail. 20 and 15 is going to be best. If they're running bunch to the wide side like most good players will, then 25 or 30 just to take away those crossers and corner outs. 4th and long, I'm generally going to go ahead and send the blitz at you. I'm not going to play coverage unless you have edge threats on both your DNs and under pressure on both of them. I'm not playing coverage. I'm sending the house. But say it's, I don't know, this is hypothetical, 3rd and 4. Sending the blitz against a gunslinger is generally a pretty bad idea in that situation because the ball just gets released so quickly. So this is where we mix in really basic coverage. If we want to go ahead and play coverage, all we're going to do is Mabel bunch side. That's what we're going to do. And what I like to do is man up the running back in case there is a mesh post. Like if you see them take this guy and motion him across, mesh post. And just be ready for the slant to have to take that away with your user. Just be ready for it. It's going to be open. But if they don't utilize any sort of motion, the odds are it could still be mesh post because there's a hitch. Or it could be something like Z-spot, flood, just some really basic plays, or SE, or clear out SE out, as well as clear out FLN. You just have to be aware of that. Now, we also have to know that... Ooh, okay, I did not know that did that. Interesting. We also have to know that these cloud flats, because our cloud flats are not soft squats and we're overriding with soft squats with zone drops, are not going to match vertically. They're not. They're not going to play all the way back, and so you have to be aware of that as well. So be aware of the down and distance. Say it is 4th and 40. Yeah, I hope you're sending the blitz at that point. But if it's a short distance, I like to play a little bit back, and if I'm playing off coverage, instead of crashing my D-line inside, I like to crash them out. But to give them the same look, you always want to hover over the center. So then they never know, hey, is he going to send the blitz here? Is he going to play coverage? You don't know. So let's go ahead and just snap this ball. Let's play this little stop and go route right here. That's a complete overthrow. But it's all about mixing in the blitz. The thing with this defense is you cannot send the blitz every single time. And again, as a reminder, with a QB gunslinger, you are not getting this pressure in every single time, especially if it is a short down and distance. This is the basic setup. Let's go ahead and swap over to in-game versus an actual online head-to-head opponent and talk about some more adjustments that I was doing on defense. All right, going in game, the two different games. Both of them running different formations. Both of them getting screamed at. All right, we send the blitz right off the back. That was a blocked running back. You see we get pressure against that. A 6-man blitz screaming against a 6-man blocking assignment. Gun doubles south. You don't really see, or not gun doubles. Sing back double south. If you have Hot Route Master, you can really make this formation nasty because I believe they have 0-1 trap and a dive and a stretch. But right here, you can have the check down. Our blitz was coming through, but the left tackle blocked 2 people. That happens. That's just kind of EA Sports is in the game. Now, we talked about mabling. We're going to go ahead and utilize that. With the zone drops that we were talking about, clouds to 30, flats to 5, take away that deep post, give up the underneath. If he wants a dig route, you can have that. We will adjust if he comes back into that formation. Always give up the underneath for over the top. Don't be that guy that makes that dumb mistake. Now, right here, we play a little bit of coverage, and you can see off his back foot. And the sheds are pretty good. And this is all pro, not all Madden. You try this on all Madden. The sheds are insane. It's crazy. Right here, again, sending the blitz. I'm just going to take away the deep stuff. He can have that underneath. If you want the underneath, you can have it, and you can get cracked, all right? Pretty simple. You're not going to see any offense at all this entire game. It's going to be defense, defense, defense. So, again, switching it back over to a weak, I think this is like weak close. I'm not entirely sure. PA, terrible idea against a blitz, especially a contain blitz, because the drop back is so much further and the contains are just going to scream at you to begin with. So again, 25. I talked about this earlier. Send the blitz on long distances. Send it. Right here, I play coverage. Why? You got me, Chief. You got me. But anyways, he throws a Stevie right there. Our clouds are set to 30. Had he waited on that, I think that was like an outside go route, maybe a fade route. I'm not sure what that was. Had he waited on that, that probably would have been a dot. I don't know if Cam Newton makes that through because he doesn't have gunslinger. It could have been open, but you never know. So right here, again, he wants the underneath stuff. He can have it. 30-25. We made some really bad tackles right there, but we get him to 4th and manageable. This isn't quite 4th and long. 4th and long, I'm thinking like 4th and 10 or maybe even 4th and 15 and further. Right here, you could send the blitz or you can play coverage. It's kind of just your call behind this. I go to my zone drops. I'm like, do I want to change this? I don't know. I change it and then I go back. And I'm like, you know what? Never mind. We're going to put our flats back to 30 and we're going to go ahead and put our curl flats to 10 or 15. Again, just trying to keep everything in front. The curl flats should rally fast enough to be able to make a play on the ball if they do throw short to the flat. So right here, we go ahead and just play a double maybe. I just wanted to play a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a pass coverage more so. Make it right there. Throws in the double coverage. He disconnects. Game number 2. Same thing. This guy runs stretch. I'm learning run defense out of this currently. I was actually hoping this guy was going to run the ball a lot more because I just wanted to practice some run defense. Right here, again, we're just trying to keep everything in front. 3rd and short, he converts it. 1st and 10, he goes to iPhone close. I'm going to get crazy. Outside linebackers, hard flats, man up my corners, so I don't have to worry about any kind of deep post. If he wants to beat me, he's going to have to beat me over the middle of the field. And you can see right there, our user's right there, and he's just blind. And we take this not only for a pick, not only for a user lurk, but for a pick 6. Putting us up now 2 scores. Now, I think we tried to go for 2. Oh, no, we didn't. So 28-7. You can see we kind of just skipped a lot. But I'm changing my zone jobs back to what they were. 30 for flats, 5 for curl flats. Just because if I want to play Mabel, I can play Mabel. What do I do under center? If you're passing under the center, I'm going to send the house at you. Again, send the dogs. QB contain blitz. You can't do a PA boot rollout against that because you're going to get screamed at. Now, later down the road, 2nd and 7, I man up trip side. I'm watching the running back. The running back is my responsibility. I see those guards and the lines start to pull. So what do? Run straight to the running back because it's a slip screen. Same exact adjustment as last time. Watch the running back man up trip side. And I went ahead and shaded up as well. Devin White should be able to keep up with George Kittle. And all we're going to do is just take away the slant. And again, Stevie, that was a verticals with the slant. But 4th and 24. When in doubt, let's send the blitz. I talked about this. Long down distances to get the first. Send the dogs. Right there, we send the dogs. We bat it down. Get the turnover. You guys going to see this is the last play before I kind of talk back to you guys again. We send the blitz. 17 seconds. We're just trying to get him off the field. I'm going to send the dogs yet again. No zone drops have changed. 30s, 5s. You know the drill. Alright, so again, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that sub button. I'm going to be making a little mini scheme for the channel out of the Kansas City defensive playbook. This is actually kind of a little bit of a mini scheme in and of itself, but we'll be talking about run defense as well out of the 4-3 even. Now, a full scheme is going to be available for memberships. It's essentially a Twitch equivalent of an equivalent to a Twitch subscription. That's what it is, pretty much the best way I can describe it. That's going to be launching here probably in a couple weeks. We've launched it before. We're going to be relaunching yet again with a little surprise coming along that I don't think any of you want to miss out on. So be sure you guys are keeping an eye out for that, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.